What if the most powerful healing center in the universe has been inside you all along, waiting to be activated? Have you ever wondered why some people recover from illness against all odds, while others struggle despite access to the best medical care? The answer might lie deeper than you think. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. Imagine a sacred space within your consciousness, a place where no white coats roam, no scalpels cut, and no pharmaceuticals circulate. Yet this invisible sanctuary holds more healing potential than any hospital on earth. This is what Joseph Murphy calls the mental clinic, a revolutionary concept that has transformed thousands of lives worldwide. In this inner sanctuary, your thoughts aren't just random mental activity. They become powerful prescriptions for your body. Each mental image you hold serves as a treatment protocol, and every affirmation you speak functions as an injection of light and vitality directly into your cellular structure. Has this ever happened to you? You've worried intensely about something, only to find physical symptoms manifesting in your body shortly after. This is the same power, but directed toward illness instead of health. The traditional medical establishment has made remarkable advances in treating disease, and we honor this progress. However, beyond the scalpel, beyond the medication, beyond the sophisticated diagnostic equipment, there exists a healing intelligence operating with infallible precision within every human being, including you. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover isn't about replacing conventional medicine, but revealing a deeper knowledge that complements and sometimes transcends it. This healing presence resides in your subconscious mind, a tireless physician that never sleeps, never takes a vacation, and never stops working toward balance and harmony in your body. It's the intelligence that knows how to heal a cut without conscious instruction, that coordinates millions of cellular functions every second, and that can, when properly directed, activate remarkable healing responses, even when external medicine has reached its limits. What if you could consciously direct this healing intelligence? What if you could speak to it in a language it understands and watches it respond with precision? The mental clinic isn't some mystical fantasy. It's a practical application of the profound connection between your mind and body, between your thoughts and your physical reality. Throughout history, those who understood this connection achieved what others called miraculous healings. These weren't violations of natural law, but expressions of higher laws that most have forgotten. Your body listens to every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you feel. What language are you using when you communicate with your own cells? In the coming minutes, you'll discover how to access this inner sanctuary and activate its healing potential in your life. You'll learn specific techniques to reprogram your subconscious mind for health rather than illness, for vitality rather than depletion. The mental clinic is always open, and the consultation is free. The only question is ... Are you ready to discover how to activate this inner physician? If the principles of the mental clinic have sparked something within you today, this is just the beginning of your journey towards self-healing and inner transformation. By subscribing to our channel, you'll join thousands of others who are discovering these timeless wisdom traditions each week. Every Monday, we release new videos exploring forgotten healing practices that bridge ancient knowledge with modern understanding, practical techniques you can implement immediately. These aren't just concepts to understand, but powerful tools to transform your reality from the inside out. Your subscription means you'll never miss our upcoming series on visualization techniques, affirmation formulas, and guided meditations designed specifically to activate your inner physician. We've already helped countless viewers overcome challenges that conventional approaches couldn't address. The mental clinic is always open, and your journey to self-healing continues with each video we share. Click the subscribe button now to ensure these healing principles become part of your daily practice. Your inner physician is waiting. Let's continue this journey together. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic. Within your mental clinic, you possess three powerful instruments that, when united, create a transformation more profound than any pharmaceutical could achieve. These instruments, available to every person regardless of background or circumstance, are the sacred word, guided imagination, and living faith. The sacred word represents the power of your spoken affirmations. When you declare health with conviction, rather than merely wishing for it, you initiate a vibrational shift in your body's energy field. Guided imagination harnesses the mind's ability to create detailed internal imagery that serves as a blueprint for cellular regeneration. And living faith, perhaps the most crucial element, provides the emotional fuel that powers the entire process. These three elements aren't separate tools, but interconnected aspects of the same healing journey. When you consciously unite them, you unlock regenerative forces capable of restoring tissues and rebalancing bodily functions that have long been out of harmony. This isn't mystical thinking. It's the revelation of how your internal systems naturally communicate. Think of the subconscious mind as your body's secret consulting room. This hidden chamber requires no appointment, insurance approval, or referral. It's a space where the deepest healing intelligence resides, waiting patiently for your conscious mind to provide clear direction. The only requirement for entry is your recognition that this inner sanctuary exists and your willingness to learn its activation mechanisms. What makes this inner physician so remarkable is its nature as a perfect servant. Unlike your conscious mind, which questions, doubts, and analyzes, your subconscious operates with unfailing precision. It doesn't judge the instructions you give it, simply executes them. This is both its power and the hidden truth behind why so many remain ill, despite having this miraculous system within them. The subconscious faithfully reproduces whatever you plant in it through emotional thought, whether that seed is health or illness, strength or weakness. If you're resonating with these concepts, write "inner physician activated" in the comments. I'm curious how many of you have already experienced moments where your mind directly influenced your physical well-being. Think about your experience when visiting a doctor. The first step is always filling out forms about your symptoms and medical history. Your mental clinic operates in a similar way, but with a crucial difference. Here, you're both the patient and the physician. The first step on your healing journey requires creating what Joseph Murphy calls mental admission form. This symbolic but powerful process involves documenting three essential elements. First, identify the specific symptom affecting your well-being. Second, recognize the dominant emotion that accompanies this symptom, whether it's fear, anger, resentment, or sadness. And third, craft an affirmation of self-acceptance that acknowledges your current state while embracing your path toward healing. For example, you might write, "Back pain with emotional burden from excessive responsibility. I lovingly accept myself and release all tension. My back is strong, flexible, and joyful." This admission form isn't merely documentation. It's the foundation of your transformation protocol. With your admission complete, it's time to enter your prayer chamber. This sacred space requires no special room or equipment. It could be your bed before sleep, a quiet corner in your home, or simply a moment of inner stillness wherever you are. The technique is beautifully simple. Sit with your spine straight, gently close your eyes, and practice 5 minutes of quietness while affirming, "I am in the presence of the life that created me. I relax. I surrender. I trust." In this space of stillness, a profound revelation emerges. Every emotion you repeatedly feel with intensity becomes a direct command to your subconscious mind. This is the hidden truth behind why our emotional patterns have such tremendous impact on our physical well-being. When you consistently feel fear about your health, your subconscious faithfully obeys by arranging symptoms compatible with that fear. The opposite is equally powerful. When you consistently visualize wellness with emotional conviction, your body begins producing the chemistry needed for healing. This explains the mysterious mind-body connection that science is only beginning to understand. Your emotions aren't just feelings. They're biochemical instructions your body faithfully follows. If you've ever noticed how your physical symptoms change with your emotional state, type "mind-body connected" in the comments. This mind-body connection reveals an even more profound reality that above all, medical science exists a higher wisdom discovered through faith and inner reflection. This wisdom doesn't reject modern medicine, but rather complements it by discerning the mental causes behind physical ailments. Every visible illness, according to Joseph Murphy, is the somatic expression of a sustained emotion, a revelation that transforms our entire approach to wellness. Consider how the body manifests as a physical expression of our mental and emotional landscape. This isn't abstract philosophy, but observable reality. Resentment held for years gradually stiffens joints, restricting movement, just as emotional rigidity restricts our life experiences. Constant fear, especially fear of the unknown or future events, translates directly into digestive issues. The body literally cannot stomach the anxiety. Self-criticism repeated day after day burns the skin, producing eczema or chronic dermatitis. These aren't coincidences or poetic metaphors. A sustained emotion becomes cellular. Language, the body listens to what the soul whispers. Your biology is constantly eavesdropping on your internal dialogue, faithfully reproducing at the physical level what you've established at the emotional level. This perspective offers a revolutionary pathway for those seeking breakthrough in their health journey. To begin uncovering these hidden connections, Murphy offers a 4-step introspection process that anyone can implement. First, seek a moment of solitude, turn inward, and sincerely ask, what emotion have I been feeling most since this symptom appeared? What feeling accompanies it? What situation or person is it linked to? Allow the answer to surface naturally like a fish leaping from deep waters. Second, practice illuminating prayer by asking divine intelligence to clearly show you the root emotion needing healing. Third, try automatic writing, a powerful technique where you ask, what is the emotional cause of my symptom? Then allow your hand to move freely without censorship or editing. Finally, ask for a confirming sign in your daily life that validates your discovery. This process isn't merely psychological, it's an archaeology of the soul that uncovers what has been buried beneath physical symptoms. If you've noticed emotional patterns connected to your physical conditions, write emotional archaeology in the comments. To deepen your exploration of these emotional roots, Joseph Murphy offers what he calls the stethoscope of consciousness, a set of penetrating questions that act as a spiritual X-ray, revealing what lies beneath the surface of physical symptoms. Just as a doctor uses a stethoscope to hear what's happening inside your body, these questions help you hear what's happening in the depths of your soul. Ask yourself, what hurts me more, what others have done to me, or what I reproach myself for? Is there someone I have not completely forgiven? What thought repeats most often in my moments of silence? If my body could speak, what would it tell me? What secret benefit might I gain from being ill-attention, rest, avoidance of responsibility? These questions illuminate the shadows where emotional causes hide, bringing them into the light of awareness where transformation becomes possible. This journey of self-discovery becomes even more powerful when you understand the specific correspondences between emotions and organs. Murphy mapped these connections based on years of observation. The liver stores accumulated anger and repressed rage. The stomach holds fear of the future and anticipatory anxiety. The lungs carry deep sadness and unexpressed grief. The skin manifests shame and self-criticism. The heart reflects lack of love and emotional exhaustion. The kidneys embody financial insecurity and fear of abandonment. The knees represent pride and difficulty adapting, while the back carries a sense of burden and excessive responsibilities. These connections aren't just poetic, they reveal the blueprint of how your emotional architecture shapes your physical structure. Once you've identified these emotional patterns, the path to healing begins with the prescription of words. The spoken word, when uttered with faith, functions as medicine for the soul and electricity for the body. Every time you pronounce an affirmation with conviction, you send a current of energy to your cells, glands, and tissues. This isn't metaphorical. It's a fundamental law of consciousness. Everything you repeat with enough emotional Charge eventually installs itself in the subconscious as an irrevocable command. Your body doesn't distinguish between a medical instruction and your spoken word if that word is pronounced with complete acceptance. If you've noticed these mind-body connections in your own life, write conscious healing in the comments ... This understanding brings us to a foundational principle of the mental clinic, the law of autosuggestion. This powerful mechanism operates whether you're aware of it or not. Any mental idea you accept as true and repeat with sufficient emotional charge inevitably becomes your experience. Your subconscious mind doesn't evaluate whether the suggestions you feed it are beneficial or harmful, true or false, constructive or destructive. It simply executes whatever you program into it with conviction and repetition. This revelation transforms our understanding of healing. If your subconscious faithfully reproduces whatever you plant in it, then precise wording of your healing affirmations becomes crucial. You're not just repeating positive phrases. You're programming the blueprint that your inner physician will follow with absolute fidelity. To harness this power effectively, Murphy offers a 3-part mental prescription formula that combines elements from both spiritual tradition and psychological science. Like a pharmacist combining active ingredients for maximum potency, you'll create mental prescriptions using 3 spiritual components. First, a biblical verse. That acts as the active principle, carrying centuries of concentrated spiritual energy. Second, a divine attribute that serves as the carrier, infusing your affirmation with qualities like love, wisdom, strength, or peace. And third, a perfect image of health, representing the desired result, not a vague hope, but a vivid, detailed visualization of wellness. When these 3 elements are combined with faith and emotional conviction, they create what Murphy calls the eternal prescription, a formula used by healers throughout history with remarkable results. The genius of this approach lies in its precision. Just as a pharmaceutical prescription specifies not only the medication, but the dosage and timing, your mental prescription requires systematic administration. For maximum effectiveness, Murphy recommends repeating your healing affirmations according to a specific schedule. Upon waking around 7 a.m., standing with your back straight to engage your body's energy systems. Before lunch, around 12:30 p.m., sitting in silence for 2 minutes to utilize the natural midday transition. And before sleeping at 10 p.m., lying in bed with slow, conscious breathing when your mind is naturally receptive to suggestion. If you've created your own healing affirmations before, write divine prescription in the comments and share what worked for you ... While affirmations program your subconscious with the power of words, visualization therapy adds another dimension to your healing. Journey the language of images. Just as an architect doesn't construct a building without detailed blueprints, your subconscious mind cannot rebuild your body without clear mental images to follow. The image you hold in your mind becomes the instruction that directs your body's innate intelligence. This revelation transforms our understanding of the healing process. When you consistently visualize sickness, weakness, or deterioration, that becomes the blueprint your subconscious faithfully reproduces. But when you project health, perfection, and vitality with emotional conviction, your inner physician begins the work of manifesting that reality in your physical form. This isn't mere fantasy or wishful thinking. It's the practical mechanism through which invisible thought translates into visible substance, the bridge between the realm of consciousness and the world of matter. To harness this transformative power, Murphy teaches the luminous screen exercise, a powerful 6-minute visualization technique anyone can practice. Begin by sitting quietly in a place free from distractions. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Then visualize a white screen in front of you, like a sheet of light suspended in the air. This screen becomes your inner laboratory where healing transformation occurs. Next, acknowledge the affected part of your body that needs healing, perhaps your stomach, joints, or skin. Calmly visualize its current state without judgment or fear. Simply observe it with compassion, then mentally say goodbye to this image, releasing it completely. Now comes the crucial shift project onto your mental screen. The same organ or body part in its perfect, healthy state. See your stomach lining whole and pink, joints moving smoothly without friction, or skin clear and radiant. Add vivid details, color, movement, and sensation as if this healthy state already exists. The revolutionary impact of this technique has been documented in countless cases. Woman with colitis visualized her intestine as a soft channel of light, seeing inflammation dissolve as warm water cleansed everything. Within 10 days, her painful spasms stopped. A young man with persistent skin lesions repeatedly visualized his epidermis closing like a protective film sealing from within. In 1 month, the improvement was visible to everyone around him. If you've used visualization for physical healing before, write mental blueprint in the comments. The power of these visualization techniques becomes even more targeted when we understand the symbolic language of our bodies. Every illness has a spiritual correspondence, an emotional root that manifests in specific organs. This isn't coincidence, but a reflection of the profound wisdom encoded in our physical form. Each organ symbolizes a specific psychic function. The stomach digests not just food, but ideas and experiences. The heart distributes not only blood, but love. The lungs expand not merely to take in air, but to embrace freedom. This symbolic understanding allows us to create precise healing protocols for each body system. Rather than treating symptoms generically, we can address the unique emotional signature underlying each condition. For true transformation to occur, integral healing must treat organs with specific words, images, and prayers tailored to their spiritual correspondence. Consider the digestive system, particularly for conditions like gastric ulcers. These painful erosions often stem from chronic fear and anxiety, a persistent worry about controlling circumstances and pleasing others. For this condition, Murphy recommends using Jeremiah 17:14 as the biblical foundation. Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. The healing affirmation becomes, I trust in life. My stomach processes every experience calmly. I am safe. When visualizing, imagine your stomach as a serene lake with walls regenerating like silky fabric. See acidic secretions balancing naturally as golden. Light fills the entire gastric cavity. For respiratory conditions like asthma, which often reflect fear of expressing emotions or feeling trapped in hostile environments, the spiritual prescription draws on Job 33:4. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. The healing affirmation becomes, I breathe freedom. Every breath is a blessing. I am open to life. In visualization, see your lungs as wings that expand effortlessly. Picture each bronchus opening like a flower in sunlight, while fresh, clean air enters, and all tension leaves with each exhale. These aren't random associations, but patterns observed across thousands of healing journeys. If you've noticed how your emotions affect specific areas of your body, write, Body speaks truth in the comments. This symbolic approach extends to the cardiovascular system as well, particularly for conditions like hypertension. Behind elevated blood pressure often lies excessive worry, tension over control, and difficulty forgiving both others and yourself. For these conditions, Murphy draws from Ezekiel 36 minutes and 26 seconds. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. The healing affirmation becomes, my heart beats with divine love. I forgive and am forgiven. I relax in God. When visualizing, picture your heart as a rose gently opening, petal by petal. See blood flowing with perfect rhythm like a river of red light through every artery and vein. Imagine a waterfall cleansing your entire circulatory system as you silently affirm, my circulation is peace in motion. The skin, our largest organ and boundary with the world, often reflects our deepest feelings about ourselves. Conditions like eczema and psoriasis frequently stem from shame, desire to hide, and persistent self-criticism. The spiritual remedy begins with Psalm 51:7. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. The healing affirmation becomes, I accept myself as I am. My skin reflects my inner peace. I show myself without fear. In visualization, See your skin as a luminous field of light. Picture cells renewing like flowers, blooming with morning dew, creating a clear, smooth surface. It breathes and glows with vitality. For the osteoarticular system, our structural framework conditions, like arthritis and back pain, often reveal retained resentment, emotional inflexibility, and resistance to change. Drawing from Psalm 34-20, the Lord protects all his bones. The healing affirmation becomes, I am flexible. I move with freedom. I release the past and embrace the new. During visualization, see your spine as a strong yet elastic bamboo stalk, perfectly aligned yet adaptable. Imagine your joints as well-lubricated hinges bathed in golden oil, moving gracefully without restriction or discomfort. These specific protocols reveal the profound insight behind Murphy's approach that true healing doesn't just address symptoms, but transforms the underlying pattern through the perfect alignment of word, image, and emotion. Each treatment becomes not just a remedy, but a journey of self-discovery, revealing the hidden connections between your inner landscape and physical manifestation. If these body-emotion connections resonate with your personal experience, write healing integration in the comments. Beyond these targeted organ approaches lies another powerful dimension of healing, the vibrational medicine of the spoken word. Words are not merely sounds or symbols. They are energy-shaped by thought and projected into space with intention. When that word is inspired by divine intelligence, as happens with passages from sacred texts, its healing power multiplies exponentially. This isn't mere literature, but living principles that resonate in matter, harmonize the nervous system, and penetrate tissues like an invisible balm. Reading biblical passages aloud in a meditative tone represents one of humanity's oldest and most effective forms of spiritual medicine. The ancient Hebrews understood this profound connection, reciting psalms in the temple as integral components of treatment for both soul and body. Each verse carried a precise rhythm, a cadence that synchronized with breath, pulse, and the listener's inner vibration. In this context, the word wasn't silent reading, but a sound wave that activated specific regions of the body. Murphy developed this ancient wisdom into a practical 21-day biblical healing program anyone can implement. The process begins with selecting a passage specifically related to the affected organ or system. Then, sitting upright with feet flat on the floor, place your hand over the affected area if possible. Read the chosen verse 3 times in a calm, deliberate tone, not as one who merely informs, but as one who declares an inner truth. While reading, notice any sensations that arise: warmth, tingling, expansion, or relief. These are energetic responses, signaling the activation of your inner physician. Conclude with gratitude, saying, "Thank you, Father, for your word is life for my body." The real breakthrough in this approach comes from consistent application. Repeating this process morning and night for 21 consecutive days allows for deep reprogramming of the subconscious patterns underlying physical conditions. The transformative impact of these principles isn't theoretical, but documented through numerous clinical cases. Murphy presents verified healing stories. A woman with a peptic ulcer completely healed in just 14 days through daily prayer and visualization. A man with hand arthritis experienced 70% mobility restoration in 3 weeks by affirming, "My hands are full of divine strength." A child's persistent eczema disappeared after his mother placed her hand on his neck each night, reciting healing prayers. If you've experienced unusual healing that medical science couldn't explain, write divine healing in the comments. What truly distinguishes those who experience profound healing from those who see minimal results? Murphy identified several key factors that create the perfect environment for transformation. First among these is absolute consistency daily practice without interruption. The subconscious mind responds to repetition, creating new neural pathways that eventually become automatic. This isn't about occasional bursts of faith, but steady, persistent programming that builds momentum over time. Second is the quality of emotional charge behind your affirmations. Mechanical repetition. of phrases without feeling produces minimal results, while declarations infused with deep conviction catalyze remarkable change. Your subconscious responds not to the words themselves, but to the emotional vibration accompanying them. This revelation transforms how we approach the healing journey. It's not just what you say, but the felt reality behind your words that creates the blueprint for change. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by exploring a challenge many face on their healing journey: chronic fatigue. According to Murphy, physical exhaustion isn't simply a physical issue, but a profound signal that your inner purpose is blocked and mental energies aren't flowing freely. What medicine often labels fatigue syndrome is actually an internal dissonance between what you need to accomplish and what your deeper mind believes is possible. When divine purpose is hindered, the body becomes sluggish in response. The solution isn't found in stimulants or even conventional rest alone, but in reprogramming the connection between your conscious will and your inner creative reservoir. Murphy developed a powerful nighttime protocol specifically designed to activate restorative energy while you sleep. Before bed, create a serene environment free from screens and strong lights. Rest your right hand on your chest and left hand on your abdomen, a position that creates an energy circuit between your heart and solar plexus centers. Then affirm, divine life fills my dreams. Every cell rests and regenerates. Upon waking, I am light, alert, alive with purpose. While repeating this affirmation, visualize a golden river of life enveloping your entire body, penetrating every cell and restoring vital energy. This simple yet profound practice impregnates the subconscious mind, which continues working as you sleep to reorganize cellular rhythms and energy patterns. If you've experienced unusual energy shifts through mental practices, write energy activation in the comments. The nighttime protocol is just one part of Murphy's comprehensive energy restoration system. To maintain this revitalization throughout your day, he recommends implementing a brief self-hypnosis practice during the midday hours when energy naturally dips. Between 12 to 2 p.m., find a quiet position where you won't be disturbed, close your eyes, and engage in specific breathing cycles designed to activate what ancient traditions called prana, the life force energy that sustains physical vitality. The breathing pattern follows a precise rhythm. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 16 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. After repeating this cycle for just 2 minutes, mentally affirm, each breath fills my body with spiritual prana. This practice isn't merely psychological, but activates subtle energy systems that traditional medicine doesn't recognize, but that nevertheless influence your physical experience profoundly. This brief midday reset breaks the cycle of post-meal drowsiness and creates mental clarity that conventional caffeine stimulants can't replicate. The final component of this energy restoration trilogy begins the moment you open your eyes each morning. Upon waking, before even rising from bed, repeat this powerful morning energy affirmation. Today, I run with strength, fly weightless, walk without tiring. Jesus lives in me. Divine energy drives me. Say it softly 3 times while breathing consciously and placing your hand over your heart center. Feel each heartbeat transmitting waves of renewed vigor throughout your body. This morning declaration sets the energetic blueprint for your entire day. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by exploring what Murphy considers one of the greatest obstacles to healing: the presence of doubt. In the mental clinic paradigm, doubt isn't simply hesitation or uncertainty. It functions as a mental virus, an invisible bacteria that contaminates faith, paralyzes action, and neutralizes spiritual treatment. You might have planted the perfect healing idea, repeated your affirmation precisely, visualized with clarity, but if doubt enters your mental environment, it acts as a toxic antidote that withers the fruit before it can fully mature. The solution lies in what Murphy calls mental hygiene, the practice of sterilizing your thought environment. Just as a surgeon wouldn't operate without proper sterilization procedures, you cannot undertake effective spiritual healing without protecting your mind from doubt's contamination. If you've noticed how doubt affects your healing journey, Write mental sterilization in the comments, and let's discuss how to overcome it. The practice of mental hygiene becomes even more powerful when you recognize specific thought patterns that act as toxic agents in your healing process. Murphy meticulously documented what he calls mental bacteria, negative thought forms that appear harmless but carry destructive power when absorbed emotionally. He then paired each with its corresponding spiritual antidote, positive declarations that neutralize the harmful thought. When you catch yourself thinking, "This condition is incurable," immediately replace it with "Nothing is impossible for God in me." If your mind suggests, "I've tried everything and nothing works," counter with, "My creative mind discovers new paths I haven't yet considered." If fear whispers, "I'm getting worse," firmly declare, "Every day my health improves at some level." These aren't mere positive thinking exercises. They're precise antidotes designed to neutralize specific thought toxins that would otherwise sabotage your healing journey. Do not underestimate these seemingly simple phrases. One negative affirmation repeated with emotion can dismantle an entire week of careful mental treatment. The power lies in immediate recognition and substitution. Your responsibility as guardian of your mental clinic is to maintain strict thought hygiene, just as a hospital maintains sterile conditions. To strengthen this protection, Murphy teaches what he calls the golden circle technique, a powerful daily practice that creates an energetic barrier around your consciousness. Each morning, close your eyes for 30 seconds and visualize a radiant golden circle surrounding your entire being like a luminous shield. While holding this image, affirm, "I am sealed with the gold of faith. No foreign thought penetrates this circle. Only good reaches me." This simple yet profound practice creates a mental immune system that automatically rejects negative interference from both external sources and your own habitual thinking. The final revelation in Murphy's mental clinic approach involves documenting your healing journey through what he calls spiritual statistics. Creating a progress journal isn't merely record keeping. It's a powerful tool that anchors the certainty of change in both your conscious and subconscious mind. By quantifying your symptoms, mobility, energy levels, or skin condition, you transform invisible healing into tangible evidence that reinforces your faith. If you've ever noticed how tracking progress accelerates results in any area of life, write "visible transformation" in the comments. The power of mental healing reaches an even greater dimension when we understand what Murphy calls the multiplication effect of collective intention. While the individual mind is certainly powerful, when several minds align with the same healing purpose, the result isn't simple addition, but exponential multiplication. This isn't spiritual rhetoric. It's a mental law confirmed through countless documented cases where collective prayer produced accelerated healing results. Murphy formalized this approach through what he called the mental clinic circle, small groups of no more, and 8 like-minded individuals who meet regularly to practice guided prayer, share uplifting readings, exchange healing testimonies, and strengthen each other's faith. Gatherings aren't focused on doctrinal discussions or emotional worship, but on practical healing sessions where each member presents specific requests with clear intention. What makes these circles so effective is the amplification of faith that occurs when multiple consciousnesses focus on the same outcome. When one person's faith momentarily wavers, the collective energy sustains the healing intention. When one member experiences breakthrough, their testimony strengthens everyone's conviction. This sacred fellowship creates a unified field of possibility that transcends individual limitation. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by exploring what Murphy considers the ultimate revelation of the mental clinic, establishing what he calls the permanent clinic. True health isn't a one-time event or occasional achievement, but a continuous lifestyle requiring consistent attention. Just as a concert pianist maintains their instrument through daily practice, your body and mind require ongoing tuning to maintain optimal harmony. The permanent clinic operates through 3 foundational pillars that transform healing from crisis intervention to preventative mastery. First, develop an annual plan of 365 brief daily prayers or affirmations, 1 for each day. written in a notebook or calendar. Each morning, before speaking to another person, declare your daily affirmation with conviction. These small but consistent doses function as spiritual vaccines, strengthening your mental immune system against disruptive influences. Second, implement monthly self-examination of conscience, a 30-minute reflection period at the end of each month where you honestly assess areas of tension in your body, dominant emotions, and intentions for the coming month. This regular inventory prevents small imbalances from developing into serious conditions. If you're committed to establishing your own permanent mental clinic, write lifelong healing in the comments. The third pillar of VA. The permanent clinic involves quarterly renewal of goals aligned with natural seasonal changes. At each equinox or solstice, take a day for inner retreat, not necessarily leaving home, but creating sacred space to establish clear physical, mental, and spiritual intentions for the coming season. This rhythmic approach honors the body's natural cycles while ensuring consistent growth throughout the year. What you've discovered today isn't just information. It's an invitation to reclaim your innate healing capacity. The mental clinic that Joseph Murphy revealed isn't a mystical concept, but a practical reality waiting for your conscious participation. Each technique we've explored represents a gateway to activating the physician that has always resided within you. If this journey into the mental clinic has resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Type Inner Healing Activated in the comments if you're committed to implementing even one of these techniques in your daily life. Your comment creates accountability and connects you with others walking the same path of discovery. If you found value in these ancient yet timeless principles, consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you these forgotten wisdom traditions that bridge science and spirituality, psychology and metaphysics, all with practical applications for your daily life. Before you go, tap that like button if you've gained even one insight that might transform your approach to health, well-being. Your engagement helps these healing principles reach others who may be searching for exactly what you found today. Right here beside this video, you'll find our exploration of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, another Joseph Murphy masterpiece that perfectly complements what you've learned today. Click through when you're ready to deepen your understanding of these transformative practices. I'll meet you there to continue our journey into the remarkable power you've always possessed.